Now, more than £450 million has been invested here in Telford at Southwater, creating a new nighttime economy. There are new shops, bars, restaurants and a hotel. The first phase opened in July and there are further plans to continue the development next year. But according to the latest figures from the British Retail Consortium, the number of shoppers here in the Midlands actually fell by 5% over the last 3 months. So with more of us choosing to do our shopping online rather than braving the cold in places like this, is now really the right time to be investing public money on doing up our town centres? Here's Sarah Falkland.
Southwater by night. Restaurants and IMAX, bingo, bowls and a newly refurbished ice rink. It's Telford's new beating heart.
It's such a pleasant place to come at the moment, so yeah, made a difference to Telford, to be honest.
It's completely dead before, there's nowhere to go really, so it's loads better.
I think it's great, yeah, it's really, really good.
It's definitely attracted a lot more people.
Shopping, socialising, spending, and for some people, Southwater is the gateway to an entire new career. Drop into this shop and you can get a 2-week intensive course in retail and hospitality.
They're not there to be scary, they're there just to obviously help you get a job. Yeah. So just walk in, just smile, just keep smiling.
Young mum Rasheen Rogers got a job as a waitress after coming here and is keen now to pass on tips to others hoping to get a foot in the Southwater door.
I'm good at maths and I'm pretty good at, doing adding up and...
So it's the checkout for you then?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty well sure, yeah.
The first stage of Southwater has already created 400 new jobs. But jobs at what price? Telford and Wrekin Council's already pumped in over £20 million of taxpayers' money and is giving another £30 million for phase 2.
I think it's just a huge return on investment. We've only spent £22 million to date, and yet we've generated £270 million worth of inward investment, private sector investment. So it's savvy investment is how I see it. It's investing to generate money or save money.
So are other Midlands councils investing in retail? Well, Birmingham's £150 million Grand Central is being funded entirely with private investment, as is Hereford's £90 million cattle market development. In the end, there'll be some 3,000 new jobs created in Telford town centre. Kim Burgess has one of them. Good thing, as she's the family breadwinner.
I started off as a Christmas temp and I've been here for like a year now.
And how's it going?
It's going great, yeah. I love it here.
And what difference does it make? Because you've got 3 young kids at home, haven't you?
Yeah, I have, yeah. It makes a lot of difference. Like, I can give them so much now.
Back in the 70s, when the original shopping centre here opened, everything shut at tea time and it was a ghost town after dark. Southwater's delivered not just a much-needed nighttime economy, but a much-needed sense of community. Sarah Falkland, BBC Midlands Today in Shropshire.
Well, joining me now is Councillor Sean Davis from Telford and Wrekin Council. Good evening.
Good evening.
Now, you're one of the main people responsible for investing all the money here in Southwater. I mean, it's very nice, bright, new, shiny, sparkly, but why invest council money in it?
Well, we've invested about £50 million as a council across the 2 phases, which leveraged in about £250 million worth of private sector investment. And also the shopping centre investing £200 million over the next 3 or 4 years. So what we've done is we've used council money to leverage in other people's money, provided much needed jobs, about 3,000 jobs safeguarded or protected as a result of this investment in Southwater here in Telford.
So you've got private investment coming in as well, but it's still a significant amount of council money, of public money going in at a time where there's austerity, there are cuts. Was that a difficult decision?
Well, yeah, I mean the government clearly has cut Telford and Wrekin Council's budget by £75 million, and it wasn't an easy decision to come to, but we've protected and safeguarded and created 3,000 jobs in this town as a result of Southwater. Today, just today, Wolverhampton University has announced it's going to create a university centre in Telford, providing much needed qualifications as well for our residents. There's a leisure offer with the ice rink and the eateries here, creating a nighttime economy in the centre of Telford.
But some people, some of your taxpayers might be slightly confused by this because you're spending over £50 million on a place like this, the shopping centre that we'll be going into a little bit later on, and yet you're cutting the adult services budget by, over £10 million, children's services by over £3.5 million. There does seem to be a little bit of a conflict there.
Well, listen, in terms of adult social care, 80% of that £10 million savings will be made through the private sector being asked to take its fair share of the cuts there. But what we have said as a council council is that we can stand still if we want to and try and deal with the austerity in that way. But each of these businesses here in Southwater are spending money on business rates, which means that we get an income from that. We're going to have some apartments in the centre soon. We get new homes bonus as a result of that. Each of those sets of income will obviously go towards adult social care and looked after children in due course.
And what about other places within Shropshire? What's the impact on the high street of places, I don't know, such as Wellington, Shrewsbury, Newport and Bridgnorth? If you're putting all your eggs into one shiny basket?
No, I mean, if you look at across the borough, Dawley, Madeley, Oaken Gates, Wellington, all seeing massive investment in their high streets as well. We've got a Telford loyalty card, which is about backing small businesses. Small Business Saturday, and we as a council will be aiming to support businesses in the high street as well. We're a business-winning, business-supporting council, and that doesn't mean that the nationals in Southwater. It means the small businesses on the high street as well.
Sean Davis, thank you very much. Thanks for braving the cold this evening. We're beginning the weather forecast from Shafali a little bit later. Now,